skin anatomy and physiology. That's where we're going to start. I'm also going to discuss a little bit about the skin changes that you can expect to see, kind of describe those in detail. And then we're going to talk a little bit about skin care, skin anatomy and physiology. So knowing a little bit about your skin, not that everybody wants a course on anatomy and physiology, and I promise not to take a deep dive and say words that you might not understand or care about for that matter, but knowing a little bit about how your skin works, how it's constructed, does help you to understand like what products are best for you and why you need certain products in your skincare regimen, but also how and where they have an impact, okay? So let's talk about the different layers of the skin. There's actually several layers of the skin. It is the outermost protection for your entire body. It's the largest organ of your body. I'm going to specifically kind of just focus on the face here. So there's an outer layer. We call that the epidermis. That is the protective layer that protects you from injury, that protects you from bacteria and all the things that you can come in contact with that can harm you. Okay. That's basically, if you have an opening in your skin, you can get an infection, right? Well, when your skin is intact, when it's healthy, it protects you and keeps you from getting infections and things like that. So, but that's the top outer layer. A lot of people don't realize that all it really does is provide a protective barrier. So when you put on skincare products, when you're layering them onto the epidermis, it's not doing a whole lot there. Okay. So this is why exfoliation is super important, because all of the action happens down in the dermis, which is the lower layer of the skin. There's a couple little thin layers between the epidermis and the dermis, but the dermis is where all the action happens. That is where oil production occurs. That's where hair follicles come from. That's where the melanocytes that give your skin its color live. That's where collagen and elastin are made. That's the building blocks of the skin. That's what gives your skin firmness and gives it elasticity. When those things start to taper off, and they do, that's just natural part of the aging process. And unfortunately for women, it's sort of exacerbated when we go through perimenopause and menopause. When those hormone levels drop, the collagen production is reduced, the elastin production is reduced, the moisture content of the skin, so it appears more dry and oftentimes more wrinkly, more dull. That's what happens during that time. But I want to just take a little moment and talk about the oil production in the skin. That's really an important piece, simply because people don't realize that oil production, if you don't have that oil production, any water that comes in contact with your skin is not retained, and that's why skin is dry. So oil is responsible for the moisture for your skin. Water is responsible for the hydration of your skin, but they cannot live independently. They work together to give you hydrated, plump, healthy skin. One of the other things that happens with skin during the perimenopause and menopause transition is the skin cell turnover. On the top layer of the skin, that slows down. When you're young, that skin cell turnover is really, really quick. That's why children have beautiful, plump, wrinkle-free, very well hydrated skin as we begin to age. And you can see that if you look at a young person versus an old person, there's clearly a distinction in how their skin looks, right? But during the perimenopause and menopause transition, it becomes very noticeable that we are aging. But that skin cell turnover, that rate at which that happens, slows down significantly. But there are things that you can do to stimulate that and get that turnover. It won't be back to where you were when you were 10 years old, or even 20 for that matter, but it makes a big difference and can improve the look and the feel of your skin. One of the things that you may notice is that skin seems more rough and more bumpy. We call that the texture of the skin. Skin may be more dull versus kind of have a glow to it. That's the tone of the skin. So using things such as tretinoin will improve that skin cell turnover and leave the skin looking very healthy.